Live with Tao. Learn how to live. Learn how to live. Man has not yet learned the art of living in life. And because of that, life has become a dairy effect. This has happened. When you have not learned the art of living, how to live life, then you can go on doing many things and you will feel that you are not alive. Such is the situation of each one of us. Introspect if you had known the art of living, how to live life. Living life does not mean I am talking about life, I am talking about inner life. You have to know how to live the inner life, then its reflection will start radiating light. If you have learned to live the inner life, then its reflection, radiation will start happening and the life outside will start changing, transforming and becoming a blessing. But it has to come from within. The art, how to live is within. How to create harmony between us. There are 5 centers in human body. 7 centers, psychocenters, but 5 are more important. The other 2 comes as an effect of these 5. Is there harmony between these 5? Between the earth and the water center, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, heart and the throat center, Vishuddha Chakra. So the earth center, water center, solar plexus, heart center and the throat center, center of communication. Life is a battle. It has to be fought within with integration between these elements. When we look at the war of Mahabharata, it was fought between Kauravas and Pandavas. Kauravas were in numbers much larger. So your negative things are much larger in number. But these 5 elements, they represent, each of the 5 Pandavas represent a psycho center in life. Yudhishthira, the eldest one, represents the throat center, the center of communication. How to communicate. Then what does Bhim represent? Bhim in a human body represents the heart center. Bhim represents the heart center. Arjun represents the main, the solar plexus that generates the energy, that conserves the energy and channels energy into all the other centers. So it is the center. And your solar plexus is in the center of the body. Then Nakul and Sahadev both come as earth center and water center. When in the beginning there was not harmony within, they did not know their total potentials. None of them knew their potentials. There were doubts about their own clarity, about their own potentials. Then the message of Bhagavad Gita was given. Krishna's clarion call So when you come in the company of the master, when a disciple comes in the company of the master, he is not aware of the potentiality of his own inner, his own potentials, what he or she is capable of. There is no harmony within the each centers. Each center is working in its own way, although they are part of one big family, big one existence, but they are living individually, and you do not have a connection between the throats, the micro throat center and the macro throat center. Connection between your communication and what existence wants to communicate to you. Beam, you are living with your own heart center, guided by that energy. There is a connection between your heart center and the cosmic heart center. Unless they begin to flow in harmony with one another, same thing. The solar plexus, the center of energy, center of communication, where the energy is conserved. So that is existence. So in the company of the master, you begin to be aware of your own potentiality first, that you are capable of. You are the same as I am. Look at me, O passers-by, as you are now, I was ever. As I am now, you will be in future. This was the message that I saw written on an epitaph in a graveyard. But when I look at it, when a disciple comes to the master, master tells him, there is no difference between you and me. As you are now, I was ever disturbed, lacked harmony, was not cohesive. Everything was moving in a deary way. Life was a deary affair. But now, what I have attained, the harmony, the inner beauty, learned the art of living with integration, harmony and oneness, that will be your destiny one day. Restores, puts the trust in you, confidence in you. The disciple trusts his own potentialities and then puts all his or her trust in the master. The journey begins. Once you know the art of living through this way, then life will not be a daily affair, but this has happened and you can go on doing many things. When, simple thing, in a relationship the problems begin to arise, you start doing so many things. You do the psychological things, you do this thing that go with this priest, pandit, this and that and so, but nothing happens. You go on doing many things and still you feel that you are not alive and things are not changing. You are almost dead. Deep down something is dead, is not alive. Means your innerness, your inner center is not alive. They are not working. They are alive when everything, the current flows through it. Your car, everything is there. But the main thing, the battery is not generating the energy. The moment the battery tumbles and it clicks, everything becomes alive. So your life's battery is not operating, is dead. So in the company of the master, your life's battery starts tumbling. The connection is established between the two poles. Current begins to flow, the circuit happens, and then the moment your battery tumbles, the everything that was there dead starts becoming alive once again. This is what is happening to you in one way or the other. You go on doing things because you have to. Just to live, you have to go on doing things. In relationship, in order to live, we just go on doing the physical relationships. But they are meaningful. It does not bring any transformation. It does not transcend you beyond the physical realms to the realm of emotions. And then when you start the transcend the physical boundaries of the physical act of interaction between male and female, then you reach to the emotional fulfillment or emotional layer. Then finally you reach the energy layer. There is no play in it, and obviously you do not enjoy it, and you cannot enjoy it. So you go on. It has become so faint that it cannot work for you. It cannot function. It has been noted, observed, that if a human child is brought up without the mother, he will never be able to learn love. It has been noted, observed by psychologists, if a human child is brought up without mother, he will never be able to learn love. He will never be able to love. For his whole life he will remain without love. Because now there is no instinct. He has to learn it. Even love has to be learned. A human child who has been brought without love cannot learn it. He will not be able to love. Such is the situation of each one of us. Introspect. If you received love from your mother, really, firstly, you do not know what love is. Love is the integration, harmony between all the centers within, and out of that an energy begins to flow. That energy is love. It is difficult. No one can define love except in terms of inner harmony, and love is beauty. Beauty is love. Both are synonyms. When there is love flowing out of you, tremendous beauty surrounds you. If there is a tremendous beauty, you can use that aspect, then love begins to flow. Together, they be the important part of life. Introspect. A human child who is brought up without love cannot learn. He will not be able to love. If a mother is not there, and if a mother does not become the source of happiness to the child, of ecstasy, then no woman can become a source of happiness and ecstasy for her child. When he becomes mature, grown up, he will not be able to be attracted to the woman, because now instincts are not functioning. This comes in the bonding with the mother. That's why my focus is on that bonding. When I say that you have to take care of your children as beautifully as possible, so sometimes when there comes a problem in the male-female relationship, children are being neglected. And we try to learn. The first lesson of love comes through the mother. The process begins. You do not learn the art of love, do not know how to love in a relationship. There you have to practice it, what you have learned. But when you come in the company of an awakened one, the master mothers you. Master becomes a mother to you. He creates a bond of lovingness with you. You begin to learn how to love. And the first process begins how to love yourself. Then your relationship in life with your spouse, with your children, will begin to change. So with mother the love comes in as an instinct, as happens between the animals. It's instinctive love within the company of the mother. However, in the company of the master, it transcends from the instincts, from the unconscious and subconscious layers. It is no more instincts. You become slowly and slowly aware. In his presence, what begins to happen, that inner harmony starts happening between the centers. The energy begins to flow. There comes an experience of love within, and then the things around you begin to change. When this child who has not gotten that instinctive love from the mother becomes mature, grown up, he will not be able to be attracted to a man or a woman. Or even if somehow or the other for physical needs he gets attracted, it will not be called love, because now instincts are not functioning. This will not happen to the animals. In the right moment, they will start functioning. In the right moment, keep the microphones mute, please. In the right moment, they will start functioning. They will start becoming sexual. The animals. And so what it is happening, you are more gravitating towards the sexual way of life. You consider this as love. The instinctive love has not blossomed into you. And so it is said every man is a social animal. They will move towards the opposite sex. That is instinctive, mechanical. So the relationship in a human life between male and female becomes more like instinctive, mechanical. With man, nothing is mechanical. If you do not teach a human child language, he will not learn. If you do not teach it, he is not going to have it. It is not natural. There is no instincts for it. Whatsoever you are is because you have learned. You have to learn the art of living. The art of living life begins with learning what is love, what is knowing its essence, feeling that love is blossoming within you. We misunderstand between love and sexual need. We consider the sexual need, or whenever there is arousal within our biology, we consider this as love. Love is far beyond, beyond that. So for the first time, the pangs of love the sprouts of love begin to happen within you. It begins in the company of the mother, and then it blossoms. It can happen on your own if you begin to learn, or it becomes much easier in the company of an awakened one, in the company of the master. This will not happen to the animals, as I said. At the right moment, they will start functioning, they will become sexual and gravitate towards the opposite sex. It is instinctive and mechanical. With man, nothing is mechanical. You have to teach. If the language is not taught to you, you will not learn the language. If love is not taught to you, so mother is the first guru or the master that teaches you how to love. Whatsoever you are is because of your learning. Man is less nature and more culture. Animals are simply nature. The difference between the two. So, man has less nature and much less natural and more cultural. But one dimension. The basic and the most fundamental aspect remains uncultured. That is the dimension of being alive. The dimension of being alive remains uncultured. You take it as if you already have it, you know it. It is taken for granted. And taking it for granted is wrong. You do not know how to love. How can you know how to live? Because just to breathe is not synonymous with living. Just to feel arousal within the biology does not mean love. Does not mean love. Just to eat and sleep and just carry on the bodily affairs is not synonymous with living. You are existing, that is right, but you are not alive. Existing and being alive are two different things. Introspect. If you were existing or you were alive earlier. A Buddha is alive, not simply existing. When you are alive, then you will exist as well. That aliveness can come only if you have learned it and it has grown into you. If you become aware of it and if you search for it, and if you create situations in which it can evolve, it can happen. Remember this, for man, mechanical evolution is not possible. Evolution is a conscious process, and conscious evolution has to take place, and now you cannot do anything about it. You have to move into conscious evolution. You cannot fall back. As far as animal is concerned, unconscious evolution happens. This is instincts. But as a man, It has to be a conscious evolution. You have to enter into the process of learning the art of living, learning the art of love consciously. You can stick where you are. Then you will get bored. That is what is happening. The man is not moving. You are not moving. You go on accumulating physical things. So things are moving but not you. The person who has not experienced love in his or her life will feel an emptiness within, a kind of emptiness, not the kind of emptiness that it is a kind of something missing in life. Emptiness in the sense of missing. There is another aspect of emptiness when you feel full within. That emptiness, and you start accumulating physical things in it, and you think that the physical things will be able to overcome that gap that has been created because of the absence of love. That is what is happening. You go on accumulating physical things, so things are moving but not you. You go on becoming rich, you go on accumulating richness is go on growing, your bank balances is growing, but not you. You are not increasing at all. You are not expanding. On the contrary, you may be shrinking. So you have all the other things, but deep down you are shrinking, decreasing, but you are not increasing. Unless you do something consciously, you are lost. Your life is dreary. A conscious effort is needed, and it cannot be asked of animals because they are not responsible. So you have to understand one basic thing: with freedom comes responsibility. And you can be free only when you are responsible. Animals are not responsible, and they are not free either. If you are not responsible, you do not have the freedom. They are not free. They have to follow a particular pattern. They are happy because nothing can go wrong. They are following a predestined path, but for you there is no predestined path. They are following a pattern, and it has worked for them for millennia. In centuries of evolution, it has worked out and found correct. They are following that. There is no possibility of going anything wrong in that matter. But in case of man, it is totally different. There is every possibility for you to go wrong, because there is no plan, there is no map, there is no pattern that you have to follow. When you enter into a relationship, is there a plan? Is there a map? Is there a pattern? So your life ahead is not chartered. You are free to allow it the way it is. But a great responsibility falls on you, and that responsibility is your choice to work rightly and to create your future through your own efforts, through your own understanding, through your own process of learning. Really, the human beings have to create himself through his own efforts before they can go into another establishing any kind of a relationship with anyone. In this field, what existentialists say, like Sartre, Marcel, and other German, Heidberger, I don't know how to pronounce it. They say man is born without an essence, or you can say without a soul. Sartre, Marcel, and Heidberger, they say that man is born without an essence. He is born with an existence, and then through his own effort, he creates his essence. And what is the essence? The harmony within, the oneness, the serenity, the bliss. And when all these things are blossoming within you, then suddenly love begins to flower. It first fulfills you, then through that you use it for fulfillment in life. He is born only as a possibility. Seed is a possibility, is a potentiality. Then through one's own efforts, he creates souls. He is born only as a form. And then through his own conscious efforts, he creates his substance. So it is important to learn how to live, how to learn, how to love. Mother is the first one, and thereafter you begin to learn this through the Master. Without that, life remains a saga of misery. So here your own efforts are necessary. So enough for now.